welcome in everyone to episode 103 of the Battlecast podcast. I'm your host, Peng, joined by my co-host, Speedy Chief 2. And dude, I look like, why is it so bright, man? Is that just me? I'm looking like,
I turn my lighting
I'm like
down.
Casper here. What's going on? Is it me?
I turn my lighting down, so I don't know.
Maybe
Maybe it's a bit of a contrast.
Hold on, let me turn on a light behind my monitor. Maybe that'll help.
Okay.
Looking. Do I still look like the friendly ghost? I look a little better, right?
Yeah, I look a little better. A
Here's
little
everything
more balanced. I'm gonna turn on my other light too. But anyways, everybody, how's it going?
Yo, we're back. Episode 103. And before, well, a few things. First off, I hope you all liked the intro, the last intro. Some people didn't like the intro song as much. For example, my friend Palmer stuff, he's like, I like the old song more. I was like, dude, the old song I felt was a little too campy. I was like, don't do this to me. But, this is the same guy who named it Draco Viz instead of Draco Metrics, right? So, I mean,
True.
If you got bad taste, you got bad taste in everything, right? I'm just messing up. But if you would like the previous song, I could definitely try to make that work. I just thought, this is a more chill and stuff, right? But
yeah.
But we're here. 103. A lot has happened. Fresno this past weekend. If you don't know.
What a weekend.
What a weekend indeed. I'll catch you up on that. But let's get into the questions. Before we get into questions, if you're wondering, Speedy Chief, where's that hot chip?
Ask the man yourself. Talking about this.
Ask the man yourself. What's the deets on that?
Just got lost in the mail. I think my Dragonite took a wrong turn. It's gonna deliver it soon though. So
yeah, you better hit up the developer to drop off the package after this, man.
Dude, I was gonna say I have such a backlog of bets. I need to really start streaming and get these knocked out.
People are coming at you, man. You thought the beer thing was bad. This is like compounded frustration from our listeners.
People like Twastel, like just him.
Alvetica, I think, mentioned something about that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everyone, But
I've seen Turtle Gifts on Twitter. I've seen them,
dude. Yeah, we need you to eat the hot chip soon
while playing Bastion.
Because if for some, I don't want you eating this hot chip right before you cast NAIC, right? Your lips are all swollen still, right? Going to the next day, you gotta hit the bathroom every few hours, right? Every few minutes,
dude. Would be crazy.
Yeah.
Would be crazy to cast NAIC. Who knows?
No. What do you mean? That info was already released. Remember? they literally announced the cast.
Dude, they released it dumb early. To be honest, it usually comes out like the
so
week
early.
Of.
Seemed like you forgot.
Yeah.
Let's go into our questions though from episode 101. Yo, I love it. Our most dedicated fan. First comment on the video.
Can't wait.
Senor Squirtle Trapper. This copium is effing hilarious. Yeah, totally. These meta changes will make PvP an esport. Good God, you guys are becoming even more delusional every week.
Love it.
This is the thing, Squirtle Trapper. You went from starting off with rational things, right? Let's not compare to League of Legends. Which, by the way, League of Legends is a whole mess. It's actually really, really bad right now. There's actually a lot of issues with that as an esport. But I mean, I still enjoy the game, but this as an esport, it's not doing well. That aside, you went from doing all that to just straight up just saying clown stuff, right? You literally have no reason. You just you think these meta changes going? I mean, I think the meta is different. It's nice. I do appreciate it. There's a lot of changes. I mean, there's stuff I wish that were a little different, but it's better than whatever we had the past 6 months, right? It's still refreshing. People are getting into it. Hey, NAIC is about sell out as well. I think we're good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Dude, we only saw one knockdown farm down in Trevenant. Esports, we're here. This is it.
Wait, we did? When did that happen?
Somebody safe switched. Yeah, somebody safe switched Trevenant at Fresno, and it just got eaten alive by a knockdown.
Oh, I didn't even see that match.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Not surprised that match didn't go too far.
Yeah, I mean, I think we know who won after that.
Yeah. Fish on Heater, our friend from, I was gonna say across the pond. It's actually he's across a couple ponds. He's across the Great Lakes and more than that. Yeah. But says totally with Speedy here. Master Balls will be once in a blue moon event, probably once a year. Fun fact: Caleb mentioned we only get one Master Ball in the main series game at the exact same time that I was sorting through my 46 Mewtwo's.
Nice.
You know, touche, touche.
Dude,
But on the flip side, we only got one starter Pokemon, and we only
dude.
got one. Well, I don't know. I guess you can
I
get multiple Charmander and Bulbasaur, but it's a little different, right? You're first.
Yeah. I remember playing the main series games, and whenever I have that final encounter with Mewtwo, I remember one time I tried to catch it with Ultra Balls, and I threw like 100 Ultra Balls at it, and I just kept on like trying to make sure that I caught it. And if I failed, I just restart, and then try again.
I would say I don't know what I did in red, blue, and yellow, but for silver, there was that duplication trick where you duplicate your
Ah,
Pokemon and
I
you make sure
remember.
they hold onto your Master Balls. You have a bunch, right? The thing
Oh
that
man.
always annoyed me though is like amongst my like friend groups and my neighbors, I'd have like the strongest Pokemon. So when we went battle with
Hmm.
PvP, I'd be coming out on top. You know what they did? They started
What?
duping each other's best Pokemon, trading each other. So then I couldn't beat anything. I was like, dude, you combine. It's just like I'm like going 1v3 at this point, right? It's not fair. I was
Yeah,
so
they went
peeved.
full Voltron on you.
Yeah,
They
exactly. Yeah,
they fused together.
they fused together and then duplicate themselves too. I was fighting 3 Voltrons at the same time. It's not fun. Yeah, I didn't want to give my best Pokemon, right? Because I thought my best Pokemon were better than their best Pokemon, but it was just
Yeah,
not fair.
of
Yeah.
course.
Anyway, Rex says, "Hello guys, have you checked out what new Zygarde is cooking?" Um,
Hmm.
I don't actually. Well, I'm not actually involved in the project. Are you involved in the project?
No, so in the early founding stages, I was kind of like an advisor, right, trying
Mhm.
to bring the other groups together to work on it. But I haven't checked back in on it in a long time. I have seen the Twitter though, and I have seen some graphics that they posted, and the graphics look good. I'm excited to see what they
Mhm.
build out.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people working on it, a lot of hands on deck and stuff. So I'm excited to see what shakes out from it. I don't know if there's anything super tangible. They might have teased some stuff like this is stuff we're looking for and stuff like that, but I just want to make sure I'm not going to hype something up until I see the working product, right?
Mm.
But it is comforting to know that there's a lot of people dedicated to the project, working behind the scenes, and whatever reveal we have in a month or so, or a few months, I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out. Rex, I assume. Well, actually, I don't know. Rex might be working on Zygarde, or maybe just is following them. But if you have
Mm.
any additional details you can share with us, or anyone working on Zygarde, be happy to see what that is. E110 says, if I use my Master Ball on a Zorua, I would quit the game. Also, I 100% believe we get multiple Master Balls. I mean, I guess so. I guess so.
Mhm.
FOMO1 says, Niantic said that we will get more Master Balls in the future, most likely tied to big special events through research.
And then Front Fight commented, "Paid," in all caps, "paid research." Don't know if it's gonna be paid or not, but it wouldn't
Yeah.
surprise me.
I mean, I honestly don't mind those microtransactions from Niantic, right? The $1
Mhm.
research, right? Like that stuff, like is
Yeah.
fine, right? It's not that expensive. You get something out of it for a buck, no big deal, right? It's more so like some of the boxes are just like they still hot garbage. If you know what I'm saying,
Uh-huh.
if
It's
you know what
true.
I'm saying, all the way back from Halloween, and things are still hot garbage. But
Dude, what about Galarian, Mr. Mime, and Keldeo? Those were iffy research packages.
the yeah, the Keldeo one, I'm like I feel a little better about, but the Mr. Rhyme, I
Oh,
mean, then
Mr.
they
Ryan,
start
thank you.
rhyme, yeah,
Thank
they
you.
start spawning everywhere. I mean, you get the pose out of it, but that was a pricey one. That was a pricey one. That was like the start of some of the not so well thought out paid research,
Mhm.
but I mean, they made some money off of it. I will say that. Uso45 says, love how Speedy says he only watched the first 20 minutes of the Zoe interview of Michael and all the PP content was in the last 30 minutes of the video.
Oh, come
What do
on.
you think about what Michael said about working with Pokemon International to get Pokemon Go up to speed with tournament points at local shops?
Dude, this might be a you question, Caleb, because I didn't watch the rest of it.
Yeah, I mean, I would love honestly, Niantic working more closely with TPCI in general is always a good thing for, not just for PvP players, but for just
Mhm.
Pokemon Go players in general, right? I mean, if you have a closer working relationship with the parent company, like TPCI is very invested in their brand, right? So they're gonna do what they can to help it grow in all games, right, including Go.
Yeah.
So, and not to say they didn't have a working relationship before, um, but seems like Michael's alluding to working even more closely with them, which
Yeah.
is good.
And this is a couple things I want to talk about here. For example, at the last Pokemon Presents, they announced the Pokemon Go Plus Plus, and they announced that you could integrate Pokemon Go with Scarlet Violet to get the Gimme Ghoul. So what that tells us is that TPCI and TPC in Japan are actively investing in Go, which is really cool. Second point I wanted to make is that Niantic is all about local events, right? They want people gathering for community day, for spotlight hour, for raids, right? For shadow raids. Dude, I tried to take down a 3-star shadow raid yesterday. It was a shadow throw by myself. Couldn't do it, right? So, like,
Yeah,
even
and you can't
myself,
invite
who's
people. No.
myself who's been playing for since the game came out, I don't have powerful enough Pokemon or whatever in order to take that down. So long story short, I feel like these local events are not only supported by TPCI, but they could be local activations for Niantic. So I really hope that they take advantage of it, because this is what they say that they want to do.
Hmm.
So let's see if they put their money where their mouth is, right?
At least the last two regionals, those stops have been loaded. Milwaukee,
Exactly.
Fresno,
Yeah.
great place to get people together and stuff too. Um,
Yeah.
Julian says, I've been listening to podcasts here or there for a while now and want to say thank you. Congrats on passing 100 episodes. Finally used some Master Ball on Glaring Zapdos. Bad IVs, unfortunately, but I'll take it. And I also was able to hit Veteran last season. I'm super excited for all these new updates for coming season. It will be tons of fun. Yeah, definitely. And here's the thing, Julian. Even if the IVs aren't great, you could always lucky trade the Galarian Zapdos with someone else and try to build one
Hmm.
for Master League. I mean, it looks kind of cool for Master League. I know Ludicolo uses a Galarian Zapdos for Master League a lot, and he seems to make it work somehow. Um,
Yeah.
so it's a good. It's a good. It's not the worst case scenario there. Justin Kim Woo says, "I'm happy we're finally getting some carrots this season after last season's stick fest."
True.
Action
True.
Community Day, moveset updates, some actual interesting events with logically consistent spawns and Pokemon. Speedy, I totally agree. I was surprised at my relief slash happiness at the moveset updates, and it's made the opening part of the season really fun. Would love to hear about the move updates you guys have enjoyed most over this early season, as well as what you think about the most impactful changes at Worlds now that you've gotten a bit of time to try them out. Yo, I want to say my least favorite update is that drill run alone sand slash. That's just me
Oh my
personally. But
god.
what about you?
Too soon, man. Too soon. No,
Yes.
I played another drill runner. I played Dugong with drill run, and it's actually really fun. I do
Yeah.
appreciate a lot that if you chip a Registeel and switch the Dugong in, it needs to respect that second drill run, which is
Mm-hmm.
definitely not something you could have said, even a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the updates are really cool, and I agree with you. Caleb, you also told me you were playing. Was it Liquidation Golisopod? Did you
No,
Were you
no,
playing
not
that?
me. I
Oh,
mean,
who was playing that?
I don't
Somebody
know.
was
I
playing.
have a rank one liquidation Galissapod. Or
Oh,
sorry,
nice.
Galissapod for Ultra League, but it's like missing a good second charge move.
Fair, fair.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
I know
No, no,
Yonkers
no.
probably made a bunch of videos on it already, but there's a lot of people that have been playing it. Not me though.
Yeah, but as per usual, I agree with Justin. I think that the moveset updates are really fun. We should have those every season to keep things lively. And if you ever, I'll tell you what, if anyone is ever curious, right? If anyone just wants to look at a Pokemon and see what it's capable of learning, go to Pokemon DB, that's Delta Bravo .net, and look up the Pokemon and look at all the moves it gets in the main
Mm-hmm.
series game. You would be amazed at how some of these Pokemon have been absolutely butchered, or some of them are actually like really, really good,
That's right. Counter Body Slam Bastion is the thing. They've been butchering my boy.
Yeah.
Melgood says, excellent House of Cards reference, Speedy.
Yeah.
That's
Mel,
right.
I don't know if you can hear this, but that one's for you.
Manning says, not gonna lie, been a rough stretch for Pokemon Go lately. Very glad we finally got something in the last update. Also, no new Squirrel Trapper comment. Sad. Well, there actually was a Squirrel Trapper comment, but maybe it got
Yeah, we
filtered
got
out.
him.
Yeah.
We trapped a
Uh,
squirrel this week. It's okay.
yeah. He trapped himself. Justin says, hey guys, long time listener, first time commenter. Dude,
I
I
love it.
love that. Referencing Master Balls, you're only given one, but games have had ways to get more than one in the past on the same save. Sword and
Mhm.
Shield had a lottery at Poke Centers where if you had the perfect trainer ID on a Mon, which encouraged lots of trading, then you will receive a Master Ball. I'm with Speedy, hoping for one a year or something. Yeah, I mean, I would love more than one. I don't know. Until we know for sure, I'm holding on to mine. Like I'll use mine if I get like a hundo like Shadow Mewtwo and I have one ball left. Right? Ain't no way I'm gonna let
Mhm.
that the risk a regular Pokeball on that. Right?
Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah. James B says, "Wow, really appreciate the shadow and kind words. Truly was an honor to battle one the best." Yeah, that's true. Jumbo Spice there. Totally agree that Michael is a true champion for the community, and it's sad to see all the unnecessary hate he gets for putting himself in the line of fire. I personally haven't felt as excited for a new start of a new season since the season light update, Lantern Surf update, and it's amazing to see all the positivity around the PP community. Hope we can keep the momentum up. Dude, definitely. And
Mhm.
and I'm really hoping that this is more consistent, where every 3 months we get an update, right? Because
Yes,
this
please.
means that right after Worlds we get a new update, which is good, right? Great way to kick off the new season. New season of Go Championship Series from Play Pokemon would probably start sometime late September. Perfect time,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
50
Perfect
Telegrace
time.
says, so the new updates are really fire. I wonder what excuse is Speedy going to come up with this time for not spending his his two,
Hey, he said
2 million dust.
20,000. He said 20,000.
Dude,
All
I
right.
don't know if you spent even 20 dust, man. Also, Malmo was amazing. It got to meet the PvP community for the first time. Experiencing that made me realize that's what's all about, not the game itself, it's the community. Much love, guys. Looking forward to next episode. Appreciate it. Thank you for the
Yep.
love.
Appreciate it.
Ninters. When they release the Master Ball, it says on the original blog, receive a rare and powerful Master Ball is a special occasion. Think wisely about how you'll use it and keep a lookout for future opportunities in Pokemon Go to acquire more. This means we'll get more of them, but they also said that we'll get more Cosmogs, so we just have to wait and see. Yeah, I mean, y'all know reading isn't my specialty here, so clearly I did not read this portion. But I love 50% of our comments are about Master Ball. But thank you for
Yeah,
clarification.
yeah.
I think safe to say we'll get another one. Ryan Colgrove says, appreciate Michael coming into the spotlight and sharing some of what's going on behind the curtain. I feel like he's Batman from The Dark Knight because he's the hero Gotham deserves, but not the one it needs right now. The whole interview was very illuminating. At least we know he cares about PvP, and the moves update will definitely get us through this season. Feels bad, man, on Niantic take on accessibility, though.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel you there. But unfortunately, it didn't really change the landscape too much. Just made Trevenant bad and some spicier picks for more viable. Nicer Sylph Worlds and King of the Hill, at least. That's true. King of the Hill is a format for Sylph factions.
Yeah.
Those are our comments from episode 101. Yeah, Trevenant is extinct. No, not only Trevenant is extinct, but Medicham is all over the place, and we'll talk more about that when Fresno comes around.
Yeah. That's the thing, right? Medicham is like that gravity well that everything else rotates around, but there are lots of ways to beat it, and I think people are beating it in different ways. I definitely think the dyad of Medicham Sableye is much healthier than the triad of Noctowl Lantern
Mm-hmm.
Trevenant, right?
Yep. Yep. Shiny Hunter Ben. That's multiverse stuff right there, in quotes. Seriously, if they ever introduce PP or if Sylph was never created, no way I meet my wife, Nikki. 9 casts later, and I'm happily married. GG's. Dude, 9 casts. What a dream setup, man. Dude, that's I mean, just like integrate not only your lives together, but you're also your pets' lives together. What a time. That must be a that house, dude. They must be scooping that litter
I
every
know,
minute.
right? Yeah, they must
I
have
know
like
some
an
people have trained their
excavator.
cats to like poop and pee into a toilet though. That's actually kind of
Dude.
wild. But I know a friend that tried to, and the cat just pooped on the toilet and just like swiped the poop into the wall and just like it was a mess.
Oh
Yeah,
no, a
yeah,
huge mess.
yeah. So I'm not gonna teach my little gremlins that. Shiny Hood Bennett also says at Champ, which is Swedish Chief's nickname. You better have saved me a Halucha for NAIC. Oh yeah, you got any Haluchas left?
Uh, we'll talk, Ben. We'll talk.
I mean, I guess you got a couple weeks to go back to Mexico, right?
Yeah.
Ben also
Emergency trip.
says, yeah, I also want to bring up to both of your thoughts on Carbink being paid to win and if Play Pokemon should ban it for Worlds meta. It's kind of uncomfortable due to ability to access its Excel to max it out. Better start doing IRL trades now, or raids now if you made it to Worlds. Yeah. Yeah, that's I haven't looked too much into Carbink stats, but I do know that is something that you could really only acquire from the paid research, I believe, right? Or paid ticket.
Yeah, I think
So
you're right.
we'll see how that goes. It is what, Rock Fairy type thing?
Yeah, I believe so. I
Pretty
mean,
unique, yeah.
Pokemon that are incredibly rare, like the Galarian birds and stuff, are already banned. So
Yeah.
I would not be shocked at all to have this just immediately on the ban list. It's not hard to do it, right? Like
Yeah.
Niantic just has to make that decision. Maybe consult with TPCI. I think they'll do the right
Yeah.
thing.
Well, I think TPCI just needs to do it, right? Niantic doesn't have to do anything, right? But
There's
does
a bit of
Niantic do anything?
there's a bit of interplay. Yeah,
Oh, is there? Okay.
yeah.
You know. Yeah.
The more you know.
Yeah, Doug knows. Sam Miller says, I don't think its stats will be good for PvP, but Hisuian Zorua being a ghost normal is so good. Would love to get that and go. Yeah, dude. Zorua looks like such a cool Pokemon, but
It does.
it's just not good enough in PvP. I have a Hundo and I have a rank 1 for Ultra League and Great League.
Yeah,
But
I
I
remember
don't I
you.
don't have two separate ones for the same stats, right? So that's why I say
Well,
yeah,
same for Lurantis too, right? It's
yeah, yeah,
rank
yeah,
1
yeah.
and great and ultra is the same.
Yeah,
Dude, it's actually pretty good in Unite too. It's a glass cannon,
it
right?
is.
And yet you have to like
That's
play it
pretty
really
good.
carefully, but it's pretty fun.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't played it myself, but I've seen it, and it's definitely putting some work.
Yeah.
John Murray says the new intro is fantastic. Wow,
Dude,
dude,
there you go.
I love it. I love it.
That
I
was
love the
all
feedback. Let me
that was
know.
all Caleb.
Yeah, Mr. Peace says fourth and fifth women to qualify. In South Korea, there was one woman, Yeteruna, who swept the Swiss stage and then only lost winner and losers finals in the playoffs, both matches 2-1. Yeah, so actually, so we have at least 5 women going to Worlds too. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's one we missed, but I do remember. I think it was Anacor or one the Dracoviz guys actually
Mm.
mentioned that. Like, oh, actually, there's someone qualified right before Andres and Paulasha.
Yeah.
But
And this is the thing too, right? Like information like that. I don't think the Pokemon Go competitive landscape is well enough coordinated at this point. Like for example, when we highlighted the Japanese qualifiers last weekend, we were kind of like piecing together what we could. We were only able to feature the 8 teams, like the top 8, when 20 of them actually qualified. So a
mhm.
lot of this stuff we're just a bit ignorant to. So Mr. Peace, if you have any way we could get more information on that, I'd appreciate it. And like Caleb said, Dracoviz is working like really hard. They'll post a lot of things in the middle of the night, right? Because it's the tournament's ongoing in Japan at that time. They'll be posting constantly updates. And they have like Twitter tags for everybody as well. So you can follow the trainers. They are like really, really going hard into the research.
Yo, yeah, and their graphics look great too. So shout out to
Yeah.
all those guys. I mean, we had Anacor and Polymers up on our podcast a few episodes ago. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely check that out. But there's a lot more people that work behind the scenes with Dracoviz too. So
Mhm.
shout out to all those people making work happen. Ryan Colgrove says, "Clutch, I made the intro." Oh yeah, that's true. There's I don't know if you saw Speedy, but there's a clip of him standing next to a Dodge.
Oh,
It's
that's so
one of our
sick.
previous
Nice.
episodes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember because we
Yeah,
said they
yeah.
look so similar.
Exactly,
That's funny.
exactly. Also, Torino is what locals call it. That's the more Italian way. Turin is what's on maps, etc. The English way. I actually worked on a feature film there. We shot in Torino, uh, Aosta Valley, and some surrounding areas. Okay, so we don't call it Torino then. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, that pizza place in Portland was fire. Also, Klefki is in France and Belgium. That makes sense. I haven't been in Belgium nor France yet, so that's probably why. I just wasn't sure which areas in Europe it's available at. But yeah, the pizza place in Portland, dude, A1. Torsel says Torino Turin is like the Seville, or uh, Firenze, or Florence. Dude, I should have had you read this
Hmm.
one. I'm mispronouncing everything.
The one
One
from Postel?
Yeah,
Or
yeah. One is the name in the local language, and the other is the name in English. I'm actually not looking forward to Aegis Slash. That thing is going to be so busted with very few reliable counters. It sounds like a meta champ to me. 2 months I am really excited to get in Go at some point are Mimikyu, Ghost Fairy, and Annihilate, Ghost Fighting. I think
Ooh.
Annihilate might be too like frail though for Great League if I were to guess, but I would
Yeah.
love to see it work. But it's just like
Yeah.
it's like a evolved form of Primate, right? Primate is already kind of frail. You get a evolved form of that, might be good in Master League, might be good in Ultra League. I think it'll be good in Ultra League for sure, but I
Yeah.
don't know
It's
about
probably
League.
too glassy to be good in Master, right? Because there's so much Dragon Breath pressure.
Yeah. Mhm.
Probably couldn't hold up. Mimikyu is interesting. I actually don't know how that's gonna play, but it's gonna be like a Flutter main, right? Same typing pair.
Yeah, you know all about that too.
Dude, I remember. Any Ghost
Mhm.
Fairies I see, scary.
Better. Yeah, I didn't even know. I was like, dude, this Floodbrain's hitting both your Pokemon at the same time. I didn't even know. I was just throwing whatever. KDP King Duxpool says, love the homage intro to Sinister Aglis, Caleb. Nice, but also RAP. Yeah, it's I. So if you don't know, I used to have host another podcast called Sinister Aglets, and we used that as the intro song. So I just grabbed it, because we kind of discontinued that podcast. Speaking of which, that podcast we never released the last episode we recorded like over half a year
Ooh,
ago. Yeah.
the last episode.
Yeah, it was lost. So people don't even know why we ended it, but maybe
Mm.
we'll find out one day. 50 Delgray says the new meta is like half breath of fresh air, but considering Worlds is around the corner, I understand Niantic not shaking the meta completely. I really hope they bring other fighters to match Metacham and not use the Nerf hammer too much. Ursaluna is a good example. She has Ice Punch now. It's just a Shadow Claw away from competing toe to toe with Dialga and Master League. Also, a small note: Dedenne looks kind of strong in the current OGL meta,
Mhm.
maybe even in pick 6. Yo, I mean,
Mhm.
hit up Ryan Swag. I mean, there's a lot less Galarian Stunfisk these days. There's only one Galarian Stunfisk in top 8 at Fresno, actually. There was just
Yeah,
as many
it's
Galarian
wild.
Stunfisk as there were Togedemaru and Bastiodon, for context, for comparing to
Wow.
other steel types. Yeah, right.
That's a meta shift right there.
Yeah, I don't like how frail Dedenne is, even against Sableye, but it does have some interesting matchups.
Yeah, obviously it's bulkier than Galvantula, but it reminds me of it, right? Like you can win those matchups really well, but you can't carry it through more than one.
Yeah. I like Galvantula more though because you could debuff and like Volt Switch down, just like
Mm,
constantly debuff the next things coming in. Like it's like a snowball Pokemon, right? If you get in the right situation, you
yes.
have to spend shield. So there's no way you don't spend a
Yeah.
single shield on Galvantula. You'd be out of your mind. Um, Andro says actually Gus and Incinerate used to charge an animation for the Pokemon. You can check out on things like Staraptor or Talonflame. In the main series game,
Oh,
I
that's
believe not
right.
every Pokemon has more than 2 attacking animations. I think Mega Rayquaza is one of the things that have many moveset animations. Wait, so what's Andro saying? So Gus and
So
Incinerate
he's
used the
saying,
charge move.
yeah. So he's saying like
Oh,
think
yes,
about
yes,
like
yes. It's not the fast move, it's a charge. Yeah, I get you. I get you. Yeah.
yeah,
Why is
yeah.
that?
I don't know. It maybe it's some kind of design choice, but yeah, Gus
Yeah,
and
that makes sense.
Incinerate.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
That's
Wait, what
great.
else learns Gus besides Pidgeot? Oh, Evolto. Yeah, same thing.
Evalto. That's what I
Yeah.
was thinking of was
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Evalto.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow. Good eye,
Good
Andrew.
good
Good eye.
eye.
Good
Shoot.
eye. Wait, doesn't Bastion also use? No, Bastion
It's
doesn't.
got it's got Iron Tail, right?
No,
Iron
no,
Tail
I'm just
Smack.
saying, doesn't Bastion SmackDown also is the same as his charge room? I'm blanking. I should know this. I don't know, I'm
Mm.
just thinking about other Pokemon do that. Uh, Manning says really happy for Andris that she qualified for Worlds. Plus, yeah, because Manning was the one actually that knocked her out of the winners bracket on day one at Stuttgart. Actually, I do remember seeing that matchup. Plus, now I finally can say that I won against the Worlds qualifier after 3 of my 4 play Pokemon L's were against the World qualifiers.
Oh,
Tauntaun, Inadequance, and Rob. Yeah, dude, actually that's kind of wild. Yeah, Manning's faced some pretty big names. He lost to Dancing Rob in EUIC last year, and he
mhm,
lost to Inadequance and Tauntaun in Stuttgart when he
yep.
made it to top 8. So
Mhm.
those are some pretty heavy hitters to lose to. So ain't no shame in that. Juan said had the same issue with mobile Spotify. Was wondering why you sounded in a much higher pitch. So just wasn't you, Caleb. Yeah, actually, Justin mentioned that too. Justin Kimbu actually said the same thing. Oh, here we go. Squirtle Trapper.
Oh boy.
I
All right,
can't wait.
here, you took his last one. You want me to
All
read
right,
this
you
one?
take it. Take it
All
away.
right. Squirrel Trapper. Laugh out loud, and your analysis of the concurrent viewership comment is a further
I'm
illustration
getting the
of your
popcorn out
false
for this one.
perception of the popularity of Pokemon Go PvP. But keep telling yourself you're going to compete with a real esport while you barely make 50K and your sad, dead end shoutcasting contracting job. LMAO. Beats waiting tables, though. Am I right? LMAO, period. You guys are seriously bragging about BAU 500 viewers on Pokemon Go Twitch and think you're even in the realm of 300K plus channels? You guys are so pathetic. I feel kind of sad for you, but at the same time, your copium is comedic gold and keeps me constantly laughing. Thanks, laughing face. Dude,
Oh man,
dude, I'm telling you.
what a great time.
Hey,
You
hey,
know,
2 words, 2 words, Caleb,
mm-hmm.
2 words. Rent free.
Run free and also free merch ideas for us, Squirtle Trapper. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. I'm surprised, honestly, we don't have one consistent hater. I mean, I'm shocked we don't have more yet, but we haven't. We
Yeah.
clearly haven't made it yet. If Squirtle Trapper's our only hater, Squirtle Trapper's patient 1 for haters.
Yeah, yeah, patient 0.
Yeah,
No, it
patient
must
0.
it must be lonely, but Scroll Trapper, glad you're here.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like that. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna say breed some other squirrels for them to hate on us. What were you gonna say?
I feel like that comment can just stand on its own. Like that's
Mhm,
fine. Okay, we
mhm.
get it. We get it. Anyway,
I love it, dude. This is the thing, right? Like this person's listening to every podcast.
I know.
Like how much of a clown do you have to be like a hater, but also still sit there all day listening to the podcast? Oh my goodness. Wow, they must have a
Hmm.
lot of free time on their hands. Cheese Girl says, big fan of the podcast and have been listening since episode 1. It's a highlight of my week and definitely the best Pampor Excel grinding podcast out there. It has great PP content too. 2 GBL questions. There has been a lot of hate on Open Great League lately due to stale metas and overused picks. What was your favorite era of Mon slash movesets for OGL? I feel like pre-Walring community era felt much wider than now, but maybe there were just fewer people playing hard meta comps. Number 2, what have been your favorite GBL special metas of all time? I love that Ultra League Fantasy Cup is back for another season, and I also have a soft spot for Ultra League Premier Classic. Um, Great questions. For me personally, I think the favorite era for movesets and mons and like whatever, dude, I gotta say, it was actually season 1. Trevor and Walmart meta was actually pretty nice.
No,
Think
stop,
about it though.
dude.
Think about it, right? We didn't have a
No.
ton of flyers, but that was fine though, because you didn't really need a ton of flyers. Everything had a lot of play into everything. It was a nice meta.
So okay, so I'm gonna go like counterpoint to yours. I really didn't like it because every time you saw a Trevenant, you already knew what was in the back. Or
Well,
if you saw
GBL,
the wall
yes.
rain,
GBL, yes. And show
yeah.
6, so that's a different story.
Well,
And
sorry,
GBL for me personally, I chose not to do that, but I know a lot of people did go that route. Yeah.
yeah. Well, he said 2 GBL questions is why I was talking about it that way.
Fair,
But
fair.
yeah,
Like I said,
I
reading's just a poor skill of mine. Go ahead.
yeah, well, I just feel like the predictability of it made it really boring, especially when you're doing all your battles, and then when you have to like commentate GBLA and stuff, and you see these team comps, and you're like, oh gosh, I wonder what's in the back. It's a wall rain, when you've already seen the Trevenant. I felt like wall rain, Trevenant, Needle Queen was relatively balanced. There was room to play around with things, but what also colors our perception of that is that was also like peak era of sneaks and denials, and it did make a lot of games feel unbalanced because Wolverine was so fast, Trevenant was so fast, with all of
Mhm.
his charge attacks. Um, I don't know. I like maybe I'm taking the nostalgia bait. I like the pre Wolverine Community Day metas a lot more. Like when
You
you
talking
could
about the
freely
weather ball
play.
meta
Uh,
or post weather ball nerf meta?
it would be post Weather Ball nerf.
Or so
Yeah,
like a
that
little
sweet spot.
yeah.
That
Okay.
sweet spot right there, because the weather ball meta was pretty ridiculous. I mean, we all remember Jangles getting number 1 in the world, right? Triple
That
weather
cheater.
ball. Yeah, what a hacker. No, his team was
Just
so
use the triple
spammy.
weather balls. Yeah.
His team was so spammy and ridiculous, but it was so good because weather ball
Mhm.
was busted. But
Mhm.
yeah, somewhere in that sweet spot, or even the earlier GBL seasons that I thought were pretty fun.
The earlier GBL seasons, my only hesitation is there's less Pokemon you can use, right? You didn't have Obscure,
True.
you didn't have Escav, you didn't have a bunch of things. I
Yeah.
mean, everyone's using double water. That's why the double grass strategy worked so well. There was no fire. Everyone used double water. No one used Venusaur because you need Meganium for the Registeel matchup, right?
Yeah, true.
Um, I mean, I did fine in it, but
Yeah.
maybe honestly, pre XLs was also a good time too. Once XLs drop, like it's just the bulk on like Azu, Bastiodon, Medicham, like all
Yeah.
that stuff just like went through the roof. Like more frail picks,
True.
like that Shao Bonnet I was using a lot of, just did not have much
Dude.
play, right?
Yeah,
For
and
sure.
I think I brought this up on the podcast before. I really would love to see a Great League Classic.
Mhm.
I think that would be fun. Like you'd remove all the Lickitungs, the Medicham, Azumarill, and Sableye would all be non-XL, and it'd
Mhm.
be very entry level friendly. And I had this idea before they banned all the classic cups, and since they did that, I guess we're not going to see it again. But what
Yeah.
could have been in the other multiverse, I think that Great League Classic was a thing.
Great League Classic. Yeah, I know some people are saving stuff for that, but I was like, dude, just clear your bag space, man. It's not worth it.
Yeah, dude, you're already looking in 2025. You're looking at freaking level 60,
Dude, I'm
which
at 600, 700 plus Jelson candy at the moment, XL candy. I'm ready for Shadow Jelson. Also
yeah,
level 60.
dude.
Yeah, what has been your favorite GPL special metas of all time?
I think about this one. You know what I consider doing as well. I have like an endless number of projects. You guys know this. What I considered doing was like an end of the season wrap up, where you could like rate all the cups from the season. But it's tough to remember everything, right? I feel myself like thinking back.
I mean, yeah, because by the time you're doing this, it's 2025, and you have to remember 5 seasons worth of cups. Come on now.
I like the retro cups. I think the retro cups are fun, where there's no
Mm.
steel, no fairy.
My favorite is actually the Remix Cup. The Great League Remix Cups are usually pretty
Really?
good, right?
Oh,
Where they ban like the
yeah,
top 12 used Pokemon. Like those are really nice. It's usually like a kind of like a Frostlass Lapras meta, but it's actually
yeah.
really fun in my opinion.
It is,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Similar. Well, the retro cups have a lot of ice too. The frost ice
yeah.
and
Retro
con.
cup is nice too. Yeah, yeah. Some of the Ultra League cups are nice too, but it's just like usually if I'm doing well in it, there's just long queue times. So it's just not as affordable. Ultra League Fantasy Cup was fairly affordable too. That was actually a fun one for sure. I actually really liked Ultra League Holiday Cup. I Great League Holiday Cup was awful, but
Oh,
Ultra League Holiday Cup was a lot of fun with like Auroras and Giratina and stuff. Lantern, it was a lot of fun.
yeah.
James B says, I like the new intro and outro, but I have to say, as a longtime listener and fan, may need to reevaluate after all the Connecticut food hates. Yeah.
Whoa.
Fair, fair. Yeah. Jumbo
All right.
Spice is a Connecticut native, or lives there at least for now. While it's no NYC, Boston, or LA, I think it's super underrated. Not just the pizza, which I'll defend as the best in the country. Wow, okay. Even compared to Chicago. But the diversity of food is very solid. Next time you're in the area, I'll give you some recs that will absolutely change your mind. See, I grew up in Connecticut too, so I'm like, man, I must have just been not going to the right places. Um, says, by the way, congrats for Fresno, Caleb. Well, thank you, thank you. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. Justin
Uh,
Kimu says, I was trying to think of a Pokemon I had accident transferred previous episode, and I couldn't think of one. But I just thought of this, and this is worse, so I thought you might enjoy it. When I started playing a little while ago, my son really wanted a Melmetal. So I looked up how to get one. It looked to me like the only way to get it was either the special research or through Let's Go Eevee. It sounded like you only interact with the Pokemon home through the Switch, which we didn't have at the time. So when I finally got a Meltan through the research, I dropped 500 rare candies. Typing this makes me cringe so hard, by the way, to evolve and third move it. Then Lucky traded for his Meltan, into which I put another 400 rare candies for evolution. 900 rare candies later, the kids get a Switch for Christmas, and I then have the glorious realization that I didn't need the Switch after all, and I could have used Pokemon Home to get Infinity Meltan candy at any time. Imagine the joy. Also, great intro music, and I thought the commentary involving PP community slash versus RNG based game satisfaction was on point. Thanks as always. Hey, appreciate it. To be fair to you, Justin, Pokemon Home and getting the Melton box from Pokemon Home wasn't a feature until like at least over a year or two when they released it. So
true. True.
before you actually did have to find someone with a Switch and give you a Melton box for that. So when you did all this stuff, it probably was not available through Pokemon Home. Possibly
Yeah.
unless I don't know. If you did it when it was out, then yeah, that's definitely a feels bad moment. But
Yeah. Justin, here's the thing, man. Like, it was a brand new Pokemon you didn't know. Nobody's gonna fault you for that. At least you're not part of this secretive maximum Meltan candy society that we think exists, where people just dump all their rare candies in
good.
that Pokemon when you can just get it for free from the boxes, which is ridiculous. I don't know if you knew this, Caleb, but back when Daniel Zaneri was making more YouTube content, and Noibat first came out into the wild, he wanted to do a battle feature video with Noivern so badly that one of his buddies actually caught one and then dumped like a bunch of rare candy into it to evolve it, and then traded it to Daniel, and then he like dumped a bunch of rare candy into it to power it up and double move it. And together they spent like 400 something rare candies on a
Oh
Noivern.
my gosh.
Yeah,
Now we got all the candies.
yeah.
You know, there's a present for everything, right? There's a present for the Meltan XL Candy Club. And you know me, I'm the president of Pampor XL Candy Club, man. All right, before we get into the other stuff, we talked about how much Pampor XL candy I have, right? Remember last week? Remember what it
Oh,
was?
dude.
It
Yeah,
was
I
about like
remember.
1700, right?
I thought it was 2,700, but it's 17.
I think so because I think I started at like 700 the week before,
Okay, yeah,
right? And
okay.
that ended up being 1700. I don't know. People in the comments can correct me. Guess what my XL candies are at right now after another weekend?
Even 3K.
Oh, that's actually a pretty good guess. No, not quite.
Okay, number on the screen says 3,184. My goodness, dude, you've got
XO Pam for candy, man.
16K regular. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it is also because during the event, if you get nice, great, or excellent, you get more chances of getting XL. And I was catching the Pampor, I was hitting those excellents. I'm the Monkey King, baby.
Jesus, man. I do feel like the megas and the primal evolutions are going to be really important for Go Fest. So everybody should start doing those evolutions every single day if you haven't. I've been one of those slackers that has not. But
Oh,
as
I've
we
been
can
on it.
tell, as we can tell from Caleb's example, it really does add up.
Got triple Mega Gyarados. I had a different Mega Gyarados every day during the Fresno thing. But speaking of Fresno happened this past weekend.
Dude.
Sorry, but this episode actually is going to come out a little bit later. Our apologies, but so it should have been out 5 hours ago. At the but
Yeah.
it is a Wednesday. It is a Wednesday, and Speedy was off doing things in Louisiana.
Yeah, it was. It'll all make sense in time.
Well, yeah, you let me know too, because it's not making sense to me either. But
Okay.
you were a caster for Fresno. What were your thoughts?
Dude, Fresno was really fun. It was our last North American regional of the season, of our very first full season, right?
Yeah.
Was out there in sunny California. It was quite warm, but I'm used to it, right? Having lived in the Southeast my whole life.
Dry heat, at least,
It was a dry
not
heat,
humid.
yeah. Dude, strange thing, right? This might be TMI, but I think this is what listeners live for. The air in California is a lot more dry, like Caleb just said, than it would be in the Southeast. And I'm of course not accustomed to it. My nose actually got super dry on the inside
Oh,
after being there for a weekend. Yeah,
did you
I
get
wasn't used to
nosebleeds
it.
or no?
No, but close to it. I think you probably experienced this when you came from Atlanta to LA. I don't know what the humidity is like in
I
LA.
mean, it is a lot drier, but it didn't really impact my nose fluids. But yeah,
I just have a sensitive nose, so.
yeah,
But
I guess so.
but yeah. No, it was it was a really fun tournament. I think we had about, what, 66 players sign up for it.
Yeah.
I do think next season, the last tournament of the season, will probably get higher participation. I think all the tournaments will continue to grow, but especially the last one, because man, this was it. Like,
This was
it,
it.
ahead of
Well, NAIC though,
NAIC.
yeah, yeah.
Well, that's the thing though. You have to go through 229 other people right now, or 249 other
True.
people to get to NAIC. But I don't know. Fresno was a lot of fun. The day two meta was really cool because, like you said, we had a Bastiodon, we had a Togedemaru, we had a Togetic in day two. The teams were much more unique, and I know a lot of people are saying, "Well, oh shoot, well Metacham is still around. Metacham is still the big dog."
100%
Like,
usage day 2.
literally 8 out of 8,
Uh-huh.
exactly. They were like, "Oh yeah, you can't replace Metacham; it's too good." But at the same time, it just feels so much healthier because we saw so much neutral play, like Sableye taking down Metacham, Noctowl taking down Metacham, Altaria taking down Metacham. Even neutral moves like Earthquakes and Zap Cannons can KO a
Mhm.
Metacham. It's not unbeatable,
Yeah.
right? But at least when you're in those matches, you have neutral play, and also it's not super devastating. It doesn't have like hard hitting Shadow Ball that can just one shot other ghosts or one shot a bunch of stuff. If you're not up against, what, like a Dragonite with Ice Punch, or a Toxicroak with Psychic, Metachamp can't one shot a lot of stuff,
Mhm.
and it does struggle against steals because it doesn't
Yeah.
have the right charge attacks, unless you're playing Dynamic Punch or Power Up Punch, right?
Unless, yeah. Yeah. I will say, Dynamic Punch came in clutch for me, dude. Like multiple games.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, I was competing at Fresno, and I ran the same team I ran in San Diego, except I replaced the Trevenant with Shadow Venusaur. But I also ran the same moveset on my Metacham. Again, I just hate like people having safe swaps in my team, so like I wanted to make sure nothing felt safe. And let me just say,
Mhm.
Dynamic Punch Metachamp felt good, man. And here's the thing, right? You gotta be like, yo, Caleb Peng crazy, man. Running a Metacham moveset that loses the mirror when there's 100% Metacham usage. What are you smoking? I'm just saying, man. I ain't smoking nothing, but I'm on that good stuff because that Dynamic Punch came in. Yo, here's the wild part too. Every one of my battles, except for my first round battle,
Yeah.
were streamed. So
Yeah,
people could check
fair.
back and look at the record. But my first round matchup, the guy didn't have a match he had the Oxy defense. Actually, a fellow listener
Mhm.
too. Shout out to Ricardo. One actually kind of a local mine too in LA, but says
Mhm.
he listens to the podcast as well too. But yeah, so it's great to run into him and some other people too that listen to podcasts. But I'm pretty positive that my Metacham, despite it losing the mirror, was never stuck in a mirror matchup versus another Metacham. Yeah.
Not once.
Not once. And there weren't
Mm.
any. I didn't see a single Azumarill. There weren't any Azumarill in top 8. I didn't see one. So because that move set complete is walled by Azumarill as well, right?
Mm.
Not once. Pretty wild, right?
Interesting.
But it came
Interesting.
clutch. That didn't punch really came in clutch for multiple games, especially my second game versus Boomer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was I honestly, to be fair, I thought I lost that game. I was like, dude, I don't know. What could he have in the back? It needs to be a Galarian Stunfisk for me to have a chance. And it happened to be.
Nice, nice.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Fresno's a fun time. I got a little redemption at Hartford. I went to the winners finals on day one. I lost and lost in the losers finals. So I was like, dude, I just want to make it day two. Able to make it day two. Uh, and then I got all the way to grand finals. And then we'll just stop the story there. But another second place finish for me. Here's my little medal here. Little, for the cams. I brought them both, right? I got the San Diego and the Fresno one here. Actually, they don't specify which one's which, so I actually don't even know which one I got first. But at this point,
Yeah. I mean, it all runs together, all these second place
yeah,
finishes, you know.
you know.
Dude, we already had a nickname lined up for you and everything if you would have won.
What was the nickname?
Dude, we were actually talking backstage.
Uh-huh.
DeFi actually mentioned it once during the cast.
Yeah.
She said, Caleb out here trying to become the California King.
Oh damn!
Dude,
I
it was
love
close.
that. Ah,
Because you started the year in San Diego and you were going to finish it in Fresno, but actually,
dude,
winning.
I'm just a California prince.
Dude, okay.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Okay, so like Caleb, he hasn't mentioned this so far in the podcast, but he has said this off camera. He's gotten like he watched back the Twitch VOD and saw like comments and stuff,
Dude,
people on Twitter saying things, right, talking trash, all that
people on
kind of
Twitter
stuff.
were pretty nice. It's the Twitch VOD that's pretty funny. There's some people I'm just like, dude, I didn't realize you got some squirrel trapper blood in you, man. I don't even know why you're hating on me. I mean, I don't mind, right? I don't. It doesn't phase me at all because I'm
Yeah.
looking up some of these people and I'm like, dude, you went a strong 1-2 in San Diego, and your one win was a bye. Like
Yeah,
who are
big
you
ups,
to
my guy.
talk, right? I mean, these people are also criticizing some of the plays from my opponents. Like, how could you let Caleb catch a zap cannon, right? You got to throw in between a shadow call. Oh yeah, easier said than done, right? I mean, sure. Are you in the winners finals? Did you qualify for Worlds? No, right? Gerald played great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know, and honestly, I was hoping you could illuminate this because
Mhm.
if our listeners also watch the regional, how it just felt like Elite was just one step ahead with all the predictions.
Well,
And
so
honestly,
yeah,
dude, some
there
of
was
those
that,
matchups.
and the lone sand slasher beats like 5 of my Pokemon. So it's
Yeah,
like
true.
what I
Well,
really should have done is just force my way into bring Metacham every game. Like the
yeah.
problem is he brought Sableye into every game
Oh yeah.
and Noctowl.
Oh
So
yeah.
so so like so it was not a good time, and he had to mention with Psychic. But the thing is, Metcalf can still have some play into Noctowl, so I just need to dodge to Sableye. Like I just have to play really risky RPS ABA lines to have a chance.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
I was looking back on those games, like yeah, he out predicted me and like out, but he also had a team comp advantage. And looking back on it, I think out of this, so I got swept in the grand finals. If you don't know already, I was in the winner's side, so he had to beat me twice and beat me twice 3-0 twice. But looking back on it, there were definitely at least one game I could have won for sure if I played it a little differently. I like he baited out my
Sure.
Medicham when he had it alone
Yep.
Samsung back. Like I should just throw
Mhm,
a Sky Tech
mhm.
as Reggie and give him my own Reggie, and
Yeah.
I'm just he's one shot away from getting focus blast where I'm still two shots, right?
Yeah.
Um, there was that game and maybe one other game I might have could have played it a little differently, but that was it. Like looking back on like if you scrim me with his team, like I'm gonna lose majority of time. Anyone using my team
Yep.
versus his team is probably gonna lose in most situations. But on top of that, he's also really good. Like you give someone a team comp advantage and they're really, really good, like it was not a fun time. But I try to
Yeah,
make it
dude.
fun. I try to throw some sludge bomb at lone sand slides. I try to make it interesting, but
Dude,
I
yeah,
brought
that's the
Bastion
thing
there
too.
just to spice it up. Yeah.
That's the thing too, man. Like the way he made the predictions, he would have, for example, he was hammering you with this the Shadow Swamper, right? Because you had double
Dude,
steal,
yeah, the one time
no
I say
grass
swap the
except for
Registeel,
Remake.
he had a Shadow Swamper in the back. I'm like, oh my
Exactly. And
gosh.
here's
And
the
he
thing,
double
right?
baited me. Like, it was not a fun time.
He ran the Shadow Swamper like 2 or 3 games, and then when you finally started bringing Venusaur, he's
Yeah.
like, "Nah, knocked down Sand Slash." Just like you
Yeah.
couldn't do it. We
Knocked out
basically can't.
Sandstar Sableye. I'm like, I can't do
Yeah,
nothing.
you're playing 2 versus 3, more or less.
It felt like I was playing 1 versus 10. But that's fine. I don't mind it. I mean, I think at the end of the day, I still did a lot better than I expected to. Even though it wasn't the biggest tournament, like there were still some really solid battlers at that tournament. And I'm pretty happy with how it went. I think against Ramberto, there was a lot more play. I could have had more chances. Like I think going into this grand finals, I already kind of knew. I was like, if I had to face Elite, I'm gonna have a struggle, right? I was really rooting for Gerald for personal selfish reasons because he had like an Altari that he was just too scared to bring into my Bastion, and like I
Yeah.
had a lot of neutral play into Gerald. Like Elite,
Mhm.
I already knew like I didn't have a single alignment. I just didn't and I
Yeah.
had like one alignment game and that was it.
That was one of the
Um,
most mismatched, like, team composition grand finals I think we've ever had.
yeah. Yeah, I think really good players recognize that too, right? Some players are like, "Man,
Yeah.
Caleb just got destroyed," which is true.
Yeah.
But why
And they're
he
in the
got
Twitch they're in
destroyed?
the they're in the
It was
Twitch
just
squad telling you about it.
yeah, exactly. But I'll take it though. I mean, getting second place twice, in one season, double qualifying for Worlds, going to grand finals twice is pretty. I'm pretty happy about it. I
And
honestly was just going for top cut, and I made some really great plays in my opinion that I'm very proud of. Right, I got some good react, like the
yeah.
Zach Cannon catch, not too bad, right? You got to commentate it, and then the Boomer games were pretty good too, especially in
Mhm.
the end game with the Metacham and stuff, powering through everything. But
Yeah. Dude,
um,
it was so much fun being in the booth with, Butters, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
all the wild plays, he was just losing it, and so was I. Man, that was
Yeah,
great.
my apologies to Phoebe and DeFi who had to commentate my '06. I could only make that
Oh,
one so interesting,
no.
right? As
Yeah.
casters, they're just like, this is looking bad. 3 Venusaur
Yeah.
counters, and he's got Venusaur in the back.
Yeah, by game 5, I was like, "Alright, I need the headset. I think I know what's gonna happen next."
Yeah. Start getting ready for the interview.
Yeah, pretty much.
You could have started asking, writing down questions for Elite like after the first like set. You'd be like, yeah, it's not going.
I
Not
don't
going
know,
this.
man. I wasn't gonna abandon
Oh,
you that
I knew.
early,
I knew.
but I was
I
like,
legit,
"Oh,
legit
this
was
is
just
gonna be
scratching my
tough."
head, like, what do I do at this point? Like, I've never been so stumped, right, into team comps.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
um,
you can't beat the Sandslash with Bastiodon, right? You can't beat it with Registeel. With Sableye, you're gonna take a lot of damage. With Venusaur, you can
you lose
absolutely
the zeros
farm.
and the twos. And so I either no shield or he just double shields and he still wins. And the problem is like, if I don't have Metacham, what do I come in with, right? I mean, like I'm still getting like chewed apart with whatever I come in with. So
And that's the thing too, Elite is so good, right? One of the best Go Battle League players in the world that if you
mhm,
tried to play ABA, dude, he would just switch out and pull something out of the back line and then just try to sweep
yeah,
anyway. Like, what
yeah,
can you do? Wait,
yeah.
and I talked about this on the cast as well. I was like, look, when a trainer has this good, when their mechanical skills are this good and their knowledge of the game is this good, and they have a team composition advantage,
Mhm.
like they're almost like complete. You can't
Yeah,
really get
you
around
can't
that.
really get around it. It was kind of like when I faced against Softove. Like Softove's team was super weak to my Shadow Venusaur. Like I had such a strong team composition with just that Shadow Venusaur alone. Like I won a game where I led my Noctowl into a Lantern, and
Oh yeah.
she had a Lantern, Noctowl, and Glaring Stunfisk, and like my Noctowl had like could do nothing into that team, but I was still able to win because Shadow Venus were just so oppressive into her team. So sometimes that'll happen. It is what it is.
Mhm.
Kind of my own mistake too. I think I read it in. Did I miss that comment on YouTube? Someone actually asked a comment about it. It said like, "Oh, like ironic, what you're saying at this one part." But I think I missed it in one of our last. I saw it. I must have just forgot to read it. But I think I
Okay.
said Shadow Lone Sanchez was like overrated. Like it's good for GBL, but not for Show 6. And I was sorely mistaken. That thing was too strong in Show 6. I didn't. Of course, I didn't prep for it because I didn't take it seriously. But here we are. Elite actually won with the same team that Paul Lasher ran actually at Torino. And a
Yeah.
Mind Joke too. I think Mind Joke ran the same team. Yeah.
And here's the thing too, right? Like if you look back at the World Championships from last year, Godon Hada had Shadow Kanto Ninetales and Registeel, but the
Mhm.
rest of his team was a little bit weak to Charm Ninetales, and
Yeah.
that's that final game with Dancing Rob. He used the A9 to beat him.
Mhm.
So like,
Yep. Yeah. Anyway, it was a fun time. I got a trivia question for you. And
for
congrats to
me,
Elite, by the way, who is actually one of the best comeback performances we've ever seen. But I got a
oh,
trivia question for you.
this is the Draco question about the grand finals, isn't it?
Oh, you already know the answers?
No, I don't know the answer, but I know what you're gonna ask me.
Oh, you do? Okay. Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
about me, right? So, I got two grand finals out of three appearances this season, two top two finishes. There are four other players in the world that have done that this season as well. Who are the four other players?
In the world, I know two of them off the top of my head.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's Hot Pocket. He was grand finals in Peoria, and what do you call it? He did second grand finals, didn't he? I think he did.
I'm asking you.
Hot Pocket and Axon was another one
All
because
right, you.
he lost to Dialep the first time.
Uh-huh.
Came back to sweep. Um,
So you're already starting off the quiz at a 50% mark.
uh-oh.
Hot Pocket has
Uh-oh.
only made top two once.
Really? Who am I
Yeah,
thinking of?
he got third in
Wadaj?
Hartford.
Wadaj hasn't been in another grand finals.
Nope. Otherwise, he would have qualified ahead of time.
Exactly.
All right, well, you
Oh
got
man,
one.
I got 1 out of 4.
Yeah,
All
one
right.
out of four remaining. Three left.
I'm trying to think who else in Europe. Is it Statistan?
Nope.
Dang. Mm,
I think
I don't
Stasson's only
know.
made top cut once. He got second maybe. At
Well, while we're working through this, I'd love to see people in the YouTube comments listing their
yeah,
guesses.
list the guesses.
Yeah.
We always say that, but no one actually lets guess anything.
Yeah,
I
they're like, oh,
think they write the comment after they listen, so by then it's like too late.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, I'll just wait for them to,
Yeah.
to call it out. All right, I need a hint. We're
All right, you
stumped.
need
We
some
need
hint.
a
All right. One of these players competed, got the top cut, got the grand finals appearance in 2 regionals in separate regions.
In separate regions.
Separate
You're talking
regions.
about Bibelicious.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dunebug,
Bibelicious in
Arlington.
Arlington, and then was it Malmo? I think it was
Yeah.
Malmo.
Oh, it's Magic Mason, right? He's another one. Wasn't he in the finals against Wadaj and he already won Toronto?
Yeah, you're really maintaining this 50% hit rate here. You
Dang it.
commentated that one. No, it was no, he only got
Okay.
top 2 in Toronto. You need another hint?
No, I think 2 out of 4 is okay. I feel like everyone's dying listening to this.
Okay. Well, I'll give you one hint. This other
All right.
person, you're gonna like beat
I'm gonna
yourself up
facepalm?
for
All right.
facepalm for this one. This other
Let's do it.
person is very young, only 15 years old, and has only attended 2 tournaments, and both times made the grand finals. In fact, they celebrated their birthday on one of the grand finals.
Kimmy.
Yep.
It's Kimmy.
Yep. First
Oh,
in Fort
shoot.
Wayne, second in Milwaukee. It's pretty
All
recent.
right. So the three we have are Kimmy, as well as shoot, now I'm blanking. Just totally going blank.
Babylicious.
Babylicious, that's right.
And me.
Accent. Thank you.
So the fifth one.
The fifth one.
Fifth one. You're on the right track with Hartford. But who did Wadaj fade in Hartford in grand finals? You guessed this one.
I know, dude. I'm telling. How many regionals have we had this season?
I remember.
Hey, man. All right, I'm gonna go to my cheat sheet here.
Actually, funny enough, when I asked our Dracoviz friends, they actually forgot about this one too.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm not alone, and they're the data guys.
Yeah. Okay. I'll put it this way: this person also has 2 top 2 finishes, but has not won the whole thing yet. They also got second place twice.
Oh, dude, the first regional of the season,
and
then Hartford, Elam.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, all right,
that's
gotcha.
right. Elam. Yeah, we're the only 5. I'm the 5th.
Axon, Elam, Babylicious.
I'm in good company.
Yourself. I mean, those guys are pretty good.
Yeah. Not too bad, right? Not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
Oh, it's like a weird feeling, you know? Like, I'm pretty happy with getting second, but like it also like sucks to be so close to first again and not get the freaking like I don't even care about the t-shirt, but it'd be nice to have a champion t-shirt, right? It'd just be nice to be like a champion of something, you know?
Yeah, man.
I was feeling good. I was like, oh, I'm on the winner's side. I haven't lost a single sets.
Yeah.
Gotta watch out for accent. Gotta go watch out for elite though, you know.
Dude,
but,
he was the California Kings kryptonite, dude. Took you down.
Dude, yeah, seriously, that Alolan Sand Slash. Actually,
Dude.
funny enough, I don't know if you remember when I went to Seattle Go Fest last year, they had that big Cascadia Open Great League tournament, and I won that whole thing. The one guy that beat me, like his name is Fresh Flash, I think, or Fresh Fash. He actually had a Alolan Sand Slash. So the one guy that beat me in that tournament was actually also running Shadow Alolan Sand Slash, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
they had Bulldoze back then.
Dude, Water Gun Swampert couldn't hold up.
Yeah, that's true. By then it was Mudshot.
That's a deep that's a deep cut.
Yeah, deep cut. I had no fighters. I had no fighting type Pokemon, but no Machamp there. Anyway, what a great time. Looking forward to NIC. I will be casting that one, so I will not be competing there. But should be good. Anyway, with some events on the horizon, it's your community day, Speedy.
Dude, it's coming.
Yeah.
Squirtle Community Day Classic. Let's absolutely go. Dude, I've got some wild Squirtle goals, man.
What's your Squirtle goal?
My Squirtle goal is to build an XL Shadow War Turtle for Great League.
Do you have one that's worth powering up? Do you need like a hundo or like what? Okay.
No. It's got an L-shaped spread, but it's not like a 0-15-15. It's something else.
You're crying wolf, man. You're crying wolf. Everyone listening is be like, he's talking about these power up goals and everything. Meanwhile, you still haven't spent a drop of dust in years, right? You're talking about this Shadow War Turtle is going to come around during the next Squirtle Community Day Classic in 2040, right? When it comes back around again.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. I mean, I don't know. I've done it in the past, right? I did the Wolf of Celadon City. It was a good time. Spent I don't did I spend 10 million that time? Dude, this is gonna be twice as big. So
This
it
is
needs
probably
it
3
needs
times as
twice as
big by the
much
time it
build up.
comes around. Okay, we'll see.
I'm at 21.5 million, by the way.
Not
It
bad,
just
not
keeps
bad,
going up.
not bad. I don't know how it keeps going up too. I'm still catching stuff too. I'm just like, I think I'm just like making stuff. I'm made like multiple
Yeah,
T-Tars level 50 recently too. Um, Probably
nice.
for that mega. But this will be July 9th on Sunday, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. It seems like they
Mhm.
just got rid of the 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. idea, which I personally don't mind because,
Yeah, it's like completely gone.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm not really down for that. But Pokemon number 0007 during the 7th anniversary of Pokemon Go. Talk about the coincidence of that. I mean, they definitely planned that. But Squirtle will be featured, and if you evolve War Turtle, it will evolve into a Blastoise with Hydro Cannon. Speedy Chief's favorite Pokemon.
It's true.
Field research too. Squirtle themed research. Squirtle wearing sunglasses could be shiny as well. Man, these got it is a throwback, dude. The funny thing is, I still have a bunch of Squirtles with sunglasses from back in the day, from 2018.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess I can find and trade those away because I thought people were going to need them, right? Like they're collecting it, but they weren't even
Yeah.
shiny. Even I mean, I have some that are shiny. There's event bonuses, which is kind of nice because typically they don't have event bonuses for the community classics, but this one half hatch distance for eggs is in place, which is nice. This is a
Mm.
week after NAIC as well. And lure modules 3 hours, snapshots, incense, all that stuff. So it'll be cool. And here's the thing. I still don't have 100% Squirtle. You know that?
You still don't have one at all?
No, no. And this thing's been out since day one of Pokemon Go. So I haven't mega'd a Squirtle yet. But
Dude, I
I'm
actually
gonna
I
get it.
actually would love everyone to comment their guesses. We'll reveal it next episode. A fellow Pokemon Go PvP streamer actually traded me a random Squirtle that became a Lundo. And I want you to guess which PvP
Oh,
streamer it
dude.
was.
I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but I'm blanking.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I think I
Well,
told you once before, but this is a good test.
yeah, let's all right. Okay. Well, yeah,
All
people
right.
drop your guesses. Don't forget to bring it up though. We're gonna forget. It's gonna be 5 episodes later. Be like, oh yeah, by the way.
We'll try to remember.
Yeah. We have another event coming up though. This is gonna be pretty cool. Solstice Horizons, uh, June 16th to the 25th. So starting in 2 days from now, and we get the not a debut, but Mega Sceptile comes out, and I don't
Mhm.
have any Sceptile or Trico Mega Entry because I didn't do any of them. I finally got enough
So,
for Mega Swampert though, so glad to have that. Nihilego comes out, and it can be shiny
whoa.
and shiny Fomantis. We're talking about the rank ones. I have a rank one for Ultra League and Great League, but they're the same one,
Mhm.
so I need to find maybe another rank one. But I've been trying to build this for Ultra League for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm closing in on the XLs, but not quite. Having shiny one's nice. The spread on the Great League is really weird. It's a 1493 for rank one. It's a weird
Yeah,
looking
it's
CP.
strange, but the
Yeah,
same IV spread for both, right? We were
same
talking
IV
about
chat. I
this.
think it's 01515. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about this off camera. I finally got enough from I can't remember which event it was, but it was a few weeks ago. There are a lot of Fomantis in the wild. I'm up to my 296, so that's on my list of things to build on the Stardust
Oh,
stream.
okay. Oh, this is a pretty cool one too. During the daytime, for this event, you might even get Hisu and Sneasel in the wild. This is the first time Hisu and Sneasel will be in the wild, not from eggs, not from GBO. Could get yourself a
Bro,
good spread, Hisu and Sneasel.
I have a hundo that I want to make for Master Premier.
I know. I
It's
remember you
actually
telling me
ranked.
this because you're trading it. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
You
but
let
I
me
only
know
have
how
like
that
a
goes.
130 XL, so I
Well,
need to catch him.
good news for you. Not only do we have Hisu and Sneasel during the daytime, we have regular Sneasel during the nighttime. So
Let's
more chances for
go.
XLs. Also, spawn in the wild. There is at nighttime. I didn't talk about daytime spawns because they're all pretty bad. Besides Fomantis, I think. But Drifloon's okay.
Yeah.
Um, Ladybug maybe, but yeah, I'm not really a fan.
Sewaddle, dude. Sewaddle's where it's at.
Yeah. Let's get to DJ at nighttime 'cause this is the good stuff, right? We got Stunky could be okay. You need access for Ultra League.
Yeah,
Fungus, extra dust.
yep,
Phantom as well. I mean,
dude.
Trevenant's not really useful anymore, but
Catch cup, bro. Catch cup.
oh, true. Catch Cup.
That was
Yeah,
my secret
you're not
weapon in
wrong.
Catch Cup. I built a 1478 Trevenant to get Legend on the last day.
Times are tough when you're making 1478 Trevenants.
Ooh, yeah.
But yeah, that could be good. Who knows? Maybe they'll buff Trevenant back again. Hopefully. Hopefully to some degree. It's just like I just hate that it's literally like almost unusable at this point, right? But yeah, so those are some nice wild spawns at nighttime. And Fomantis is spawned during daytime and nighttime. Fantastic.
Nice.
Great for the XLs. Special research and stuff like that. There's a Cosmog on this thing. Will be available. Okay, so we are getting a second Cosmog.
Yes.
Okay,
Paid
well,
research.
yeah, based on our YouTube comments, here it is. We are here. So pay research, but you do get another Cosmog. Cosmog is one of those Pokemon where you can actually trade for lucky. They're not mythical,
Mhm.
so you can swap it. And I swapped a few Cosmogs. I shouldn't say a few. I swapped one myself, and then one of my friends that doesn't care about Pokemon Go just gave me her Cosmog.
Nice.
But neither were good. Um, yeah, and then other than that, event bonuses this is kind of cool. 2 times stuffs for catching Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then Lunatone Solrock will be spawning everywhere, regardless of where you live. Blah blah blah. But looped into this event, and this is where it gets interesting.
Uh-huh.
We got another Rocket Takeover.
Let's go.
So yeah, that's gonna be a good time. But we will have a Rocket Takeover starting on June 21st, Wednesday, until Sunday, June 25th.
Yep.
Dude,
So
why just 4 days? I don't get
I
it.
know it's the last 4 days of the solstice event. You'll have
Yeah.
rockets and all the solstice spawns, which is kind of cool.
Shadow Regirock though is going to be a thing, and
Dude, okay,
yeah.
go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say is again, if you're trying to bank these radars these days, you can't complete the first page. If you complete the first page a task, that's fine. Don't claim all the rewards. Otherwise, you will not get a new rocket event thing, like research until you claim the previous one. You can claim it late, right? You can say like you actually claimed it and you need to claim this one. You can still claim it after the event's over and you'll still get the previous month's rocket research, but you can't
Mhm.
bank any, right? So just a heads up if you're trying to bank anything. But yeah, Shadow Regirock. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, of all the 3 Shadow Reggies, this is the one for Great League. This is the standout Shadow option. That Shadow bonus helps so much with the Stone Edge and Focus Blast combination. It actually makes this Pokemon really interesting in Open Great. Will we see it in place of like regular Registeel? Probably not, but I think it will be a player in Go Battle League for sure.
Hmm. Okay. It could be
Yeah.
good. I mean, Ultra League could be really nice too. Here's the thing: the Earthquake from Regirock and Ultra League is just not enough damage. It doesn't
Yes.
one shot a lot of things, like not even like Drapion, Shao Drapion,
Mhm.
Skuntank, stuff like that. So you need the extra damage. So that might be
Yeah.
interesting. I might get at
Exactly.
least one, but again, the Rocket like Reggies are not great because they have a like a base stat line of 666.
Yep.
So you gotta be really lucky. You get like a 6 15 15 or something like that. I think like Elam got something like that for Reggie Steel, but
And of course, you can't trade it.
you
Remember,
can't
it's a
trade it.
shadow.
Yeah, you can't trade it.
Yeah.
You don't want to burn all your Rocket Raiders on Reggie Rock, right? Just to get a bunch of bad
Yeah.
spreads, right? But it
Boo.
seems like at this rate, we might get them in raids though. So
Yeah.
I did get one Shadow Arcanine, which was not good, but it was is what it was. But from this past weekend. But yeah, you can use the charge TMs to get rid of shadows, or frustration. Sorry, and then event bonuses, more Team Rocket balloons and stops everywhere.
So at the end of this event, we're gonna have Shadow Alolan Golem and Shadow Alolan Graveler. We're gonna have Shadow Lediba. We'll have
Let's
Shadow
not forget Shadow
Hitmontop.
Alolan Geodude. Excel it for Great
You want to
League.
make it level 50?
Yeah, Cliff got one for regular Shadow. Regular
Oh
non Shadow.
my
So
god, that's insane. We're gonna have Shadow Perugly as well as Shadow Garchomp and more. So I don't know what other new shadows are gonna release.
The and more is just confusing me. If it's going to be a new shadow, you should just let us know, right? Don't say and more. I don't want to find out that there's a shadow shield on later, right? You got to hype it up now.
Look,
I
look,
think the
bro.
and more might be like there might be other new shadow in rotation, but they're not new shadow Pokemon. Like they're
Look,
just
bro.
old shadow Pokemon.
One acronym you need to understand. All right, one acronym. FOMO, FOMO,
That's
fear of
true.
missing out. You got to get out there and figure out what else is in the rocket pool. All
That's
right.
true. You know what's not an acronym though?
What
Meta.
meta? Got him.
Yeah.
It says over here on the right side that Pancham as a shiny will be available for the first time ever, which
Dude, why
should
couldn't
get
they do
people
this
out
before? I've been
hatching
hatching so
eggs.
many 12-kilometer eggs. Make Sandile shiny and
Because,
Scraggy shiny at
bro,
this point.
it means that you're gonna have to buy more incubators. So
Dude.
go to the web store.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I got a bunch of eggs ready, but I don't think they're going to count for this one. Like, I don't think
Mhm.
they're eligible. But either way, it's gonna be good. We have another shadow event right before NEIC, which is nice. So for those who are trying to compete in
Yes,
NEIC, they need to make new Pokemon, stuff like that. Great time. Yo, I found out from my friend Palmer's up the other day. He doesn't have a Shadow Swamper in Great League. How?
dude.
Right? like I was like asking for some of my teammates for scrims to prep for like day 2, and one of my opponents, Boomer, had a Shadow Swamper, and he's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't have a Shadow Swamper." I'm like, "What? How? You're a day 1
How?
player." Yeah.
How?
What did you do with your Shadow Swamper? There's no way, right? That's wild. That guy's on something else, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
He's an interesting guy.
He is. Yeah, he really is. With very low resources. Anyway, that's about that for that event. So, going to
Mhm.
be interesting to see how that plays out. And we're still in season 11 of GBL. We had a bet. First, a veteran has to run Zack and Pro Pass, Braidloom, and Liquidation, something with Liquidation for a full set of GBL.
Mhm.
I don't think you've hit veteran yet, right?
I have not.
So I started off Saturday morning. I got my elo, right? The
Yeah.
morning of the tournament,
It's like 24, right?
2440. Pretty good
Dude,
starting elo, right?
come on.
I didn't hit
You're
that
like
either.
within
I didn't.
spitting range of veteran.
Yeah, well, I was spitting backwards because like
No.
it did not happen.
Oh,
I
shucks.
mean, to be fair, I was playing a lot of the tournament and stuff too. So,
True.
but I think my current elo is at 2412. So I didn't really move much.
Okay.
What are you
You're
at?
not
What
far.
you get your elo yet?
Dude, I'm rank 18, so working on it.
You better start powering up that Breloom.
We'll see, we'll see.
We'll see. I will keep a timestamp. But yeah, that's our update on GBL right now. We gotta come up with a bet though for Legend.
We'll see.
Do you still want the perm? I'll still offer the perm on the table for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dude, what if you were if you had the perm and you had to go to Japan like that? Like if you went to Go Fest. Wouldn't that be
Well, the
crazy?
end of the season would be afterward, right?
Depends on how quickly I hit legend.
Okay, fair. All right. Okay, we're gonna do perm then. Perm for Caleb. What you want? Another spicy
Oh
chip?
man. Oh man. Double spicy chip.
Hmm.
Mm,
I don't know. I have to think on
I don't know,
this.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. My
Maybe people in chat drop some ideas. It's got to be equivalent to me getting a whole perm.
yeah.
I have a decent amount of, like, you can't see right now. I have a decent amount of hair. Like this is
Dude.
like, look at, if you actually can't see, dude. This is actually kind of wild. I've never
No,
done this before,
I'll describe it. I'll describe
dude.
it.
I look
So
like
Caleb
the girl from The Ring or something.
so Caleb just flipped his hair, right? He usually has it back. He flipped it forward and it's all the way down to his lips. It
Yeah,
literally covers his whole face.
dude. That
Dude,
is, dude. That's a lot of hair to perm.
dude, you could be in your
Uh,
punk rock phase right now.
yeah, I just like spike it up like a mohawk, dude. I didn't realize my
Yeah.
hair was that long too.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's
I gotta
pretty
tell my
long.
barber to cut it shorter next time.
Yeah,
Maybe
dude.
just trim the sides. Yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah, hey, tune into the YouTube version if you want to see that. Um, yeah, we'll think on it. If anyone has ideas, drop them down below. What Speedy should do if he loses the race to
Yeah.
Legend. Oh,
I'd love
also, you also need to tell me.
what?
You want the 2-week handicap or what?
I love to source the ideas from the chat,
It's
right? I
gonna,
think
it's gonna,
people
it's a hit on the pride for sure. But
yeah, it is.
sometimes you need to take what you can get, right?
We'll see. Dude, even with the 2-week gap, Polly couldn't get it done.
I mean, but part of me feels like, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, that you're not trying as hard once I hit Legend. He's like, well, I already lost. I'm just going to take my time, right? I think if I hit it and you're like, shoot, I got 2 weeks, I got 14 days to do this before I lose the bet, then you're
Like a
gonna hunker down,
burst.
right? Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right.
Mm.
It's like if
Mm.
we're running a marathon and I'm so far ahead, but then you find out I tripped and fell with 100 meters to go. You're only like
Yeah.
400 meters behind. You're like, oh shoot, there might be a chance here,
Oh,
right? Sucks for him, he
oh.
tripped, but I'm going for it, right?
So you're saying there's a chance.
Exactly. So
No, let's do this. Let's lock it down next week, but let's
okay,
take some YouTube
let's
comments
take some YouTube comments.
and
I'll brainstorm
we'll
around
source
myself
it.
too. Yeah,
Yeah. We'll
yeah,
source from our awesome listeners.
yeah. Um, outside that, I actually forgot to come up with a tea topic. But do you have any tea in mind for this week?
Oh man. Thinking of it on the spot. Let's see. Um the only thing the
Mhm.
only thing that's coming to my mind right now, and I don't know if you would like to touch on this or not. Maybe we can let everyone follow up and let us know what they think. But the only thing that's coming to my mind right now are the spectator passes for
Oh yeah.
worlds and
Mhm.
the resale amounts for those.
How much are
Um,
they? Because I haven't seen them yet.
dude.
You're trying
I've
to,
seen
yeah.
no. I'm just saying, like I've seen some for like $200 or $300 per pass, and they were $15 originally.
Are they allowed to easily resell like that?
I don't know. There's, Arcanine posted a tweet and said that if you change your name on your account abruptly, then they'll notice it. I don't know what that means,
Yeah.
but I mean, the way it's designed, right? Like people are going to try to get those passes. They are going to
Mhm.
try to do whatever they can to get in. And a lot of
Mhm.
people enter the contest with like no intention of going, with
Mhm.
like no tickets booked, no spot at Worlds. They just enter it because why not? Maybe
Yeah.
they wanted to resell it, right?
Yeah.
So the system itself is not bulletproof. I'll say that.
Mhm.
But is there a perfect system? Do I have a better suggestion? Not really.
Yeah.
So
Lottery
kind
for
of
these kind of things is pretty common in Japan as well too, because they just only have
it's
so
true.
much space. So
Dude, there are lotteries to get into the freaking qualifiers for,
yeah,
you
the
know?
lotteries to get into the qualifier for a best of one.
Jeez,
Best
come
of one show
on.
6. If you get through that, then you could do the, full on actual like show 6, like best of 3 style. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a tough spot to be in. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that, but I don't know how do you address that, right? How can you sell it for 200, like resell it for that much? That's kind of wild.
I don't know. I don't think scalpers, I don't think many people are friends with scalpers. It
Hmm.
reminds me of that episode of The Office when Dwight buys all of those like unicorn girl toys
Hmm.
and then he's selling them for like $200 a pop in the
Yeah,
office. All of our true Office fans know what I'm talking about.
we got
It's like,
scalpers for Pokemon Go cards and stuff too. So I haven't seen much of Office, so unfortunately I can't back you on this
oh,
reference.
dude, my
Dude,
speaking of
you
Pokemon
and Butters
cards,
had some interesting metaphors when I was listening back on the podcast on the casting. I think it was
dude, what'd you
after I
think?
faced Boomer and you said, "Man, Caleb's in a boat in an ocean in a storm," and then Butters like, "It's like an ice storm too." I was like, "What is going on? Like, what am I?
Dude, yeah,
I want to get out of
because
that boat."
because the momentum swung so many times. Like looking at the
Mhm.
teams from the beginning, we're like, all right, Boomer's got this, and then a switch was made, and I was like, oh shoot, that's like a wave like pushing you to another side, and then another wave comes in, like, and then I think you're gonna win, then I think Boomer's gonna win. It went back and forth. It was back and forth. I don't want to use the seesaw metaphor every time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, the seesaw metaphor. I mean, I'd rather be on a seesaw than a boat in the middle of a typhoon, but
Dude,
yeah,
you're
I
out there,
guess I
most
made the
dangerous
balance.
catch.
That's true.
Dude, the Zap Cannon was the most dangerous catch.
That was a dangerous catch. That was my only win con, right? Because if I
Dude,
just
that
stayed
was
in, I
it.
just lose. Yeah.
Dude, and
Uh,
Alpha Feed
did you
mentioned
think I was
Doctor
going to be able to pull it
Strange.
off? I'm sure you all thought I was going to do it, right? But like, did you
Did you,
actually think? Because that was like
we
literally like
knew
1 HP knocked out.
we knew you were gonna try. Like
Yeah.
you had to try it, but I
Yeah.
thought you were gonna wait a turn longer. But he went
Hmm.
right on energy.
Hmm.
Dude, Alpha Feed mentioned Doctor Strange earlier in the cast. Did
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
hear what I
Yeah.
said to
I
follow
did.
up?
I did. Yeah. You didn't say Doctor Strange though, because I'm
I,
actually
I did.
surprised he was able to say it because I was like, is that copyright?
I know.
But
I
you
don't want
played
to
it
mess with
safer.
Disney. I
You,
don't want to mess with Disney. I was like, our co-caster's
I
favorite
feel like
lizard.
he or someone else also made like a Star Wars reference or something, and I was just like, well, at least they're all owned by the same company, so they only had the
Bro,
same ones.
the thing is, the thing is, I encourage everyone, if you enjoy esports casting, you have to listen to Doob Snacks, who cast Unite.
Dude,
Dude,
but he be making references that I'm like, I feel like we could get sued
dude,
for this. Dude. He be
they're
talking about
wild.
WWE and like all this stuff. I'm just like,
Yeah,
wait, what?
they're
Yeah,
wild, man.
yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I'll go back to my favorite one, right? It was like a Cramorant Talonflame lane, and he was like, "This is Attack of the Birds, Stephen King." I was like,
Yeah.
God, stop, dude, stop."
Dude, some of this is definitely prescriptive for sure, but that's fine. You
Dude,
gotta
I
do
don't
your
know.
prep. I love Dupes.
Dude,
He's a great commentator.
maybe for NAIC we can come up with some funny things to say. Maybe we can scheme ahead of time.
Yeah, maybe you should do the whole Marvel universe. You'll do the Marvel universe, and Butters will do the DC universe. And then when both of you are kicked off for copyright stuff, then
Oh, come on.
uh, me and Gabby
Last
will be the
caster
only two. But
standing.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we'll all push
yeah.
the
If I
IP
can't win a
until they
tournament,
fire
I'm gonna
us.
win the best caster by being the only caster alive.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, but those spectator passes are something else. Did you enter for the spectator passes too?
I did. I did not get the email.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, they're rolling.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Um,
we'll see.
yeah, we'll see. Hey,
It's
if you're
crazy.
friends with any competitors get 2 spectator tickets. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so that is something. So
Caleb.
I mean,
I mean,
if you know any other spectators,
yeah. I'm sure.
yeah,
I'm sure you already use. Or you going to use, or you already sold yours. So
yeah.
it's fine.
It's me and my cats are going to Japan. You know,
There
yeah,
you go.
Yeah, they go
Nice,
eat good there. Some good sushi.
dude. They would love that. I was actually talking to Sierra's boyfriend Joe on
Hmm.
the last day of Fresno. Dude, he is like a kind of like Butters. He's got a severe shellfish allergy. I don't know what those
Oh,
boys are gonna do
I don't
if they
know.
make it out to Japan, right?
Not
Like,
kiss me because I'm gonna be eating all the shellfish.
dude. No, I mean I know Joe's going because he's competing, right? But
Mhm.
just like Go Fest and everything else, you're gonna ask for steak or chicken. Better learn those words in Japanese.
Wait, but can he eat fish? Because I know Butters can eat fish, just not shellfish, right?
Yeah. Um,
Because steak and
I don't
chicken, I
know.
think, is kind of expensive in Japan because they don't have a lot of land, so it's not a
Exactly.
lot of
Not a lot
land
of
to like it's much more expensive than it is here.
not a lot of farmland. That's why
Mhm.
Kobe beef is regarded the way that it is, right?
That's true. Yeah, they can't just toss these cows around like what we do in the U.S.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
exactly.
some
They don't
definitely some inhumane treatment in general, but
they don't have any Wisconsins or Indianas to, you
that's
know,
true. Yeah,
herd cattle.
yeah. Honestly, when I was in Fresno, I was like, wow, this is actually a lot of land mass that's like not used, which is surprising. It's
Mm.
California, but
But
California's
it
big, I
was
guess.
arid though. It's very arid and dry.
Yeah, I know. We know about your dry nose.
It's dry, man. Come on.
uh,
But yeah.
anyway, what a good time. All right. Well, I don't know. I think that does about it for us, unless you have anything else you want to share. But
No, man. No, I know seriously you got a lot of flack, but also a lot of support from Fresno. Congratulations.
yeah,
I
I don't mind
don't
black. You can talk smack when you get two second place finishes in a season.
Hey,
I'm saying.
that's where I was headed. That's where I was headed with this, right? Because NAIC is coming up. Just announced that I'm casting that,
Mhm.
so I don't have any more chances to qualify for Worlds. So if people want to see me compete, it's gonna have to be next season,
Yeah, you and Butters,
or
man.
at a local.
Oh,
Might
locals, yeah. Well, but
might qualify the JJAN
you
route.
barely finding a local to do a freaking shadow throw with you. Like, you gonna try to do like a two-person tournament? Like, that would be hard
Dude,
to find too.
honestly, the only way that a local is gonna happen near me is if Math Magic and I like host one in New Orleans. That's probably the only way.
Yeah. What's the well, I mean, that's not a bad idea. How far is New Orleans for you?
It's like an hour.
That's not too
Not
bad.
too
An hour's
bad.
not bad. That's like literally like one city over in like LA. But
Man, Speedy is just creating all these locals and then winning them all. He's just farming points. Just kidding.
you better win it then. I mean, if you're gonna say all that, you better win it.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see.
Next
We'll
thing you
see.
know, Math Magic beating you with his Shadow Victory Bell.
Dude, he might, man. I might not be ready for it.
Dude, I gotta say, Dijon Jin keeps trying to convince me that Shadow Victory Bell is the best grass right now. I'm like, I ain't gonna run that Degen stuff. Come on now.
No.
Also, like, it just hard loses the Shadow Venusaur. Like, you have no play into Shadow Venusaur.
Dude, I'm pretty sure, speaking of Shadow Victory Bell, I'm pretty sure JJen advocated for Vine Whip Shadow Vic. And that is a whole bucket of mistakes.
No,
You and I have
there's
talked
no
about
way.
this
That would
before.
be so
That
super
would
unbalanced. Yeah,
it would
the
break
worst. That'd be
everything.
one of the worst updates. Like, it'd actually be
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd
I
be
mean, you
really
could just go Vine Whip like Leaf Blade. Like, you just be like, you would just destroy Medicine before it gets like a single move.
yeah, it would be actually disgusting.
Hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm looking forward to NAIC and yeah, everything else.
What do you got? I got homework for you. What's the homework for next week?
It's to
Okay.
name the streamer that
Yeah.
treated me a Lundo Squirtle.
Well, okay, there's that too, but that's your homework. What's the homework from me? From me to you. Let's hear it.
What? Oh, to come up with a legend bet?
No, no, no. Apparently, there's a lot of homework.
There's so much homework. There's so
All
much
right,
homework.
third time's a charm. Come on. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
All right, homework
Nice
from
and
you to me.
crunchy.
Oh yeah, I got to order the hot chip.
Here we go.
All right,
There we
sounds
go.
good.
Get some
I
milk.
got to knock
Yeah.
down these bets, dude. I got to
Get some
bet
milk.
debt.
You gotta
I
bet
bet.
that. Yeah, it's a good thing there's no interest because otherwise you'd be at 5 chips by now. You about to eat a whole bag. It's gonna
Oh
be
man,
like Cool Ranch.
Caleb Peng, the banker.
Sure. Yeah,
It's 8% interest.
I'm pretty nice, all things considered. I ain't no loan shark. I could have really came at you.
It's true.
But anyway, thanks all for the support, and hopefully you all like the intro. But we're gonna have some new things coming at you soon. I won't say what, because if I do, you're gonna be asking about it. So I'll just say
Exactly.
some new things on the horizon. But I think there's a few more spots for NAIC left. Feel
Yep.
free to sign up if you can. I mean, dude, I know
Let's
some people that are going just to spectate. I'm like, dude, just go compete, right? You never know what happens, right? Like, you never know. It'll be a fun time. The competitor ticket is like literally only a few bucks more expensive, but you get some swag with it that you literally could resell and get your money's back easy,
there you
right?
go,
But
dude.
also,
Look, we have to match EU, right? EUIC capped. We have to cap. All right. I'm gonna
mhm.
be super disappointed if we don't hit the cap.
I saw this in Twitch chat too. People were like, NA easy, man. Right? They're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. The people are saying stuff, right? You
It's
gotta prove
just
them
it's
wrong.
just the level of skill is just not that high, right?
I don't
Come
know.
find out.
Someone got proven wrong, I guess.
Yeah, come find out.
Yeah, come find out. Anyway, that does it for us. Thank you all for watching. Again, apologies that this episode's a little bit later, but if you don't listen to it right on release, then you're good to go. But I know we got some loyal ones like Squirtle Trapper. Dude, that's the crazy part. Squirtle Trapper was the first one to comment. Literally listen to the episode on release.
Our most loyal.
Literally has either alarm set or like notifications on.
Dude, I gotta create like a Squirrel Trapper voice to start reading these questions in, like
Hmm.
like a comedic voice, you know.
Let's hear what you got.
Hold on, let
Let's
me go
hear.
find this comment. Let me scroll down and find it.
Yeah.
Let's
It's
see,
you could do the one from two episodes ago or the last one.
dude. You could just do the super nerdy voice, right? LOL. And your analysis of the concurrent viewership comment is a further illustration of your false perception of the popularity of Pokemon Go PvP. Dude, you can do all kinds of voices.
Dude, you all gotta watch the YouTube version. Like you even had the face to match it, right? Like
Dude, I look like a squirrel.
you like contoured your face to like make it look like a whole
Like
different
flat.
person. Like if you talk like that and like you look like that, I'm not sure if I recognize you. You
Dude,
know?
I wouldn't recognize me either.
Dude. Oh my gosh, that should have been the bet. You should have shaved your beard and had to talk like that too for
Dude,
until the
no
beard's back.
way, man.
Dude, that would have been incredible. People already thought that wasn't you, right? When I showed you the original picture, they thought that was your brother.
Yeah.
Didn't imagine you talk
Yeah.
like that. Oh
Dude,
my
no.
gosh.
I'm telling you, I'm the God, what was the Dana Carvey movie? Something Master of Disguise. Master of
I haven't
Disguise,
seen
dude.
it. I haven't seen
Bro.
it.
Am I turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
I don't even
Dude.
know what reference you make it, but hopefully people listening get it. But
Right.
hey, that's my request for you. For all future Scroll Trapper comments, take it away. Use
All
the
right.
voice. It's pretty
All right,
good.
got it.
It's pretty good.
Got it.
Anyway, that does it for us. Have a good one. And we'll catch you all next week when there's a bunch of rockets everywhere, hopefully. Peace.
Peace.